Hello, this is Antoinette Bay with the Paper Papillion. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Limbrook, New York. And today I'm going to share a card I created. Unfortunately, I can't come to you live this week on Facebook or YouTube, so I am recording a YouTube for you instead. And this card tutorial will be in my newsletter tomorrow, which is Monday, November 21st. So it will be in my newsletter tomorrow. So if you're not in my newsletter, the link to join the newsletter is below. So today is Sunday, November 20th. So here's the card that I'm going to create with you. You'll get the dimensions for everything and the written instruction, as well as this video in the newsletter. And you'll also have information on how to purchase this one card kit. It's a standalone, you don't have to make a purchase in my online store, standalone kit number 3. And the instructions are for ordering a kit are in my newsletter as well. So let's get started. Stay to the end because I'm going to announce a couple winners from my last video last week, my last Facebook Live. So we have the envelope, we have the card base and the insert. We have 2 pieces of thick basic white cardstock. One is smaller than the other, and the smaller one is the one that we're going to use to create the card. So let's just move these strips over and get started. And I am going to throw some, what I'm going to do on here, I'm doing something different. Normally I would just throw the liquid glue behind each strip, but today I'm going to throw it right on top of the smaller basic white cardstock. And I am starting off at the very edge with polished pink, and these are all from the Fitting Florets Design a Series paper, which is for a limited time only, and you can only get this until I think December 31st, I believe, or until it sells out. And I believe it's selling out very quickly as it's being used quite a bit by demonstrators. So I am just following my own guide from my original and placing these, butting them up right up against each other. And then another polished pink. And then I'm going to trim it down. So it may hang over slightly, but I am going to trim it down to fit properly. Okay, so there's my overhang. I'm going to take my mini. I'm going to cut a little bit on this edge too, so that way it's kind of even on each side. And now I'll trim this side, the excess. And then I want to trim a little bit off the edge here. There we go. I like that. So now I'm going to layer it on top of this piece right here. And I want it to be nice and even. So I might have a little extra on that side. I'm going to use liquid glue once again so I can move this around quickly if I don't like the placement. And I want the same amount on the left as I do on the right. I mean on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to cut off a hair on the right to even it up. This on the right side, this white needs a hair taken off. So I'm going to do that, maybe a little bit more than a hair. Nope, just a hair. There we go. So I like that. And the only thing I do need to do on this is, well, I'll have to do it later because I can't find my, oh, here it is. I see a little glue here and I don't like that, so I have to get that out of there. And I'm going to feel around for any more glue get that out. Okay. So then the next part would be, now here, if you'd like, you can put this up on dimensionals, but I prefer not to put it up on dimensionals. I want to keep it flat because my flowers are going to be up on dimensionals. And once again, I'm using liquid glue just in case I don't like the placement. So I'll put that down. I should have burnished this cardstock. I'll do that now. Okay, there it is. I'm going to burnish this on this side. Give that a nice crease. Okay. If you want measurements, you'll have to join my email list. So that way, in the link below, so you get the measurements. So I have already, this is all fussy cutting. There is no die for any of these. So these two pieces come from the very edge of the paper. So I made use of it, and I'm going to use that on my envelope. This piece also, you can see it's cut off. It came from the edge of the paper, and I made use of it. So I'm going to put that on the inside. And this is a full piece that will go on the outside. So I'm going to put some liquid glue here. And I think I'll put it either left or right edge, but I'm going to go with the right. I'm a righty, so I'm going to go with the right edge. Okay, and now I'll just put the whole thing here. I'm using seal because placement is easy on an insert. You're just centering it. And there you have the insert. And once again, I'm just removing any glue. And there's that. Now we'll take the stitched circle, and I'm only putting adhesive in the middle because it will get covered up. And I'll put it right about there. So it's just about, it's, you know, about a half an inch from the right. You see a little bit more glue. I think I have glue on my fingers, so that's why you're seeing so much glue. Now, this is half of the woven open weave ribbon. It's cut in half, and if you've watched me before, you've seen me cut it in half many times. Another demonstrator named Tammy Wilson is very famous. It's kind of like it's not a Tammy bow, but it's what she does to her bows before she actually bows. She often cuts things up the middle, and she created that little phenomenon, and we tend to do that a lot on my videos. So I'm going to put this down with a piece of glue dot, I should say, not a piece of, but with a glue dot. Right here, right there in the center. And then we'll cut that down after. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. My dimensionals are upstairs. I was working on something. Oh no, they're down here. They are here. Okay. Have a whole bunch here. I was working on some projects for my crafters retreat while I was upstairs watching football with my husband, and my daughter was over for dinner, so I was upstairs with them fussy cutting and putting things together upstairs. Whenever I have fussy cutting to do, I save it for when I know we're going to be hanging out as a family. My daughter's over and my husband's cooking Sunday dinner. I cooked last week, he cooked this week. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to stamp a sentiment, and in this case I used the word celebrate from the framed florets, and I think I'm going to go with that again because there isn't anything small enough in this case. So if I'm going to stick with, you know what? Maybe for this card, I'm going to use a different sentiment. Hold on. Let's do Sending Smiles has a lot of smaller sentiments. So I think I'm going to use maybe a note of thanks. Let's see. Let's do birthday wishes, actually. So I'm using the Sending Smiles instead. And we'll still use the Evening Evergreen as I did on my original ink. And then we'll cut this down. Okay. Evening Evergreen. Birthday wishes. And I will, actually, I want a nice clean cut on this. So I'm going to cut that down with my trimmer. Come pretty close to the letters, but try to keep it even on top and bottom. I think I'm going to cut a little bit on top. Okay, I'm not using my snips to cut that because I wanted a longer cut. So let's see. Now I'm cutting up the middle and then flagging the sides. And that's the way I'm going to do this. And I do realize that I need to take this up. It's still soon enough that it's not stuck completely. And make sure I could slip that in. Okay, we'll cut some of this. I'm going to put some dimension behind here. Now I have these long strips. And grab a piece of that. Of these long strips. We do sell those in our adhesive section of the annual catalog. Let's see if I can only peel that off. Let's see. Break a piece off for here. You can also use mini glue dots, mini dimensionals for this. And this can go under here like that. Let's see. And we can move this over slightly. So this wording is a little bit longer than the word celebrate that I used earlier. And there we go. Birthday wishes. Now we can trim this down. And then the kit will include 3 pastel pearls, which are the pink ones. And I need to grab that with my tweezers. Let's go here. So if you have just regular basic pearls, you can always add additional pearls with basic pearls. It looks pretty with the combination. Now for the envelope, let's take the 2 pieces. And I will say that these do not take all that much effort to cut. But if you're not a fussy cutter, this is not the type of card you wouldn't want to do this. You can use a stamp. I'm using this one for the flap and this one for the front. It just gives it an interesting look for the recipient in the mail. And this won't come up in the mail either. It will stick. And there you have it. There is this week's project. So be sure to join my newsletter in the link below, and you will be getting this tutorial. It will be delivered to your inbox tomorrow, the 21st of November. I think I'm going to schedule it now that I have the video for maybe 9 a.m. tomorrow. So please go ahead and sign up, and you'll get it in your inbox. And anybody that signs up after that will also get it. I just have to do it kind of manually. But there you have it. This is this week's card, and I do want to pull, these two cards went unclaimed from last week. So this is Prize Patrol. So Sharon Lewin McMillan, you are getting an oldie but a goodie. So I don't have your address, so if you could please email me. My email is also in the description of this video. And Judy Duncan, this one is for you. This one also went unclaimed, so this one is for you. Judy, I do have your address, but if you've moved since the last time we communicated, I would need it, and my email is in the description. So please go ahead and give me the thumbs up if you like this video. Please share the video if you like this video. I would greatly appreciate that. The more I can get people to join my YouTube channel, the better it is for my exposure. And I would appreciate that. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. So if you wouldn't mind doing that for me, I would greatly appreciate it, as I am trying to grow my small little Stampin' Up! Business. So here's the original. And here is the one we made tonight. Okay. So from all your comments and shares, I'll be drawing a winner for next week. So one of these cards actually will go to a commenter and one will go to a sharer. So, but if you'd like the kit, regardless, you never know who will win. But if you'd like the kit, the instruction for that is in my newsletter, and there is a host code to use between now and Friday, which is the November 25th, I believe. 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, 25th, November 25th. That's the amount of time that you have to earn this kit, to purchase this kit using the host code. That is, I'm sorry, you're not using a host code and you're not earning the kit. You are simply making a purchase. That's it. Okay, that's what the instructions say. You're simply making a purchase, but I will be drawing for this next week. Sorry for the confusion. No purchase in my online store is necessary. This is standalone kit number 3. If you'd like it, the instructions are in the email. Thank you. Bye-bye.